Hi guys, Martin Curry from Belief Media. The purpose of this video is very much housekeeping, just a few issues to communicate with to some of our clients. First and foremost, I'm out with two brokers today. One is an observer. The purpose of the day is to visit partners. This morning we saw two and converted two. This afternoon we see three. I'm hoping we convert one. For those that are familiar with Saturn, these were tier 1, category 1 clients, so the effort this morning was outstanding. I do feel like I have to communicate more information as it relates to our partner program, because I see a lot of rhetoric and nonsense in the market, particularly from some of the clueless coaches. I feel like the industry needs to be course corrected, so I want to share some of those methods that we employ that just get predictable results all the time. Now, points to communicate. One, Domenico's absence. He was called away with a day's notice to go to Italy to support one of our musical clients, and he came back. He was there for 2 weeks. He came back, had COVID, and a little over a week later, with a day's notice, he got called to the Philippines. Whilst he was over there, he ran a couple of orders, but that's a whole other story. Let's talk about RBA messaging is required today. First, we have sent the RBA social posts to your Vista calendar. If you're connected to Microsoft and you set up the social media calendar and subscribe to the managed social program, which is free, we don't charge for that, then that will be in your social media calendar right now. We all know, first and foremost, that managed social is nonsense. It's generic guff that fills up the feed. You all know that it gets no engagement. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of necessary, but not really, if that makes sense. We'll talk about it another time. The RBA announcement, though, is one social media post that needs to be shared in probably 5 different ways, and let's talk about those. First one is the message we send to your social media calendar. Schedule that. All you have to do is put in the appropriate hashtag and that will send. We have set you both for a rate change and staying the same, so delete that image that isn't appropriate, and that will send straight away. Remember, if you're not first, you're last. You don't want to be the 50th person in LinkedIn to share information on the rate change. It's kind of pointless. Your audience is shared with others. It doesn't have the impact you think it's going to have. So get that out quickly. It's very comprehensive, this one. We've put a lot of information in there. You may need to read over the post as we've prepared it, because it is a little bit fuzzy on information, because I'm not in the office to make the necessary textual change before it gets sent. So if you're not first, you're last. Now, of course, you're going to follow up that in Sendify, create a video on Instagram, appropriate hashtag. That video will be branded with the interest rate, the RBA information, the meeting date, all that sort of stuff. Very comprehensive. It's the only social media program in the country designed specifically for mortgage brokers. It works great. Use it, please. That needs to be done. It's an early commentary. It's early feedback. Keep the video to 1.5 minutes. Email and text. Email is pointless. No one opens them. Send it anyhow to everybody. And again, you need to have the appropriate call to actions. You need to have, you need to make it relevant. You know, this is the impact of this. This is the impact of that. And whatever case applies, you will have reason to contact those individuals. Of course, text messaging applies. Text messaging is the most powerful tool in your arsenal. Use it. Send a text message to everybody. Let them know that you'll be in touch. Provide the call to action in text messages. When's a good time to give you a call? Of course, you'll have those groups segregated, so everyone within 20 months, for example, is sent one message. Everyone sort of approaching that typical clawback period, send another message, and so on. Now, the third one, the last point, sorry, the fifth point is that message you'll send the day after. You've had time now to review feedback from lenders and banks and your aggregation groups and so on, and provide a more comprehensive video detailing and discussing consequences of the change or the lack of change and so on. Again, it's consumer focused. Have the appropriate call to actions and make it compelling and engaging and all that sort of stuff. On the topic of that, on the topic of social media, I received a PDF yesterday, it seems like there's more coaches in the industry than brokers at the moment. They seem to be everywhere. Everyone wants to be a coach. Everyone likes to think they're amazing at stuff. And some are not. Some are actually kind of useless, and the information they spread is dangerous. Yesterday I got a PDF of some girl spreading a PDF with social media strategies. If the information you provide brokers is not more valuable than something that be gained from Google or from a chat GBT prompt, then it's pointless and useless and a piece of shit, all right? Just don't share it. Now that applies, the reason I mention that is that applies with you guys as well. Everything you give to clients, every communication you have with clients and potential borrowers and anybody else, any stakeholder, has to be more valuable than that they see or receive via alternate means, and that includes Google, that includes broadsheet newspapers or their websites and so on. So, you know, really make the effort, guys. This is an opportunity. We look for opportunities to connect with people, and the RBA announcement each month is an invitation into their lives. We can do it in different ways. I'm going to leave it at that, just because we've got to go now to our next meeting, but I'm going to create a couple of videos, maybe even today if I find the time this afternoon, where I talk about a couple of important other things. My name, Martin Curry, 0400 777 300. martin@beliefmedia.com.au is my email address. Our office phone number is 1300 235 433. That's 1300 Belief, and our website at beliefmedia.com.au. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.